Now to our political panel. Tracy Selfel, a former advisor to the Hillary Clinton for President 2008 campaign and an advisor to the Ready for Hillary Super PAC. Senior editor for the National Review, Ramesh Ponnuru, and political reporter for Yahoo News, Chris Moody. It's really interesting, guys, because you have these two magazine pieces hitting the same day. This largely flattering piece by Joe Rogan that basically, in New York Magazine, basically argues she's learned from her mistakes, she's ready for 2016, and then this piece on Doug Band, the Bill Clinton aide, which, whether or not you believe it, it seems to highlight all the baggage and drama of Obama land. Tracy, this was probably not the rollout that the Hillary Clinton team wanted when because this was an interview with New York Magazine, was obviously planned and in the works. And then you have this other story from the New Republic. It really kind of steps on the message.
Well, I don't know what the crossover of the two audiences are out there, but I think earlier, Aaron...
Me, basically, and the people at this table.
Okay, so...
four of us and some of the crew.
N of six, let's say. Erin's piece earlier, where she talked about Ready for Hillary and what they're doing, the video she showed at the beginning is their announcement of 1 million supporters. So you've got whatever people want to call the little micro dramas and the things that fuel a lot of stories like these. And then you've got, let's just call it the rest of the world,
right,
where it doesn't seem to make a difference.
Chris? You agree with that? I mean, is this honestly a negligible thing, the fact that the New Republic has this not positive piece about Clinton land versus New York Magazine and just the existence of Hillary Clinton and who she is?
We're rolling into fall 2013 right now. There's a lot of time left. I think this is the kind of thing that kind of evaporates over time. Now, the next 3 years are going to be spent with pieces like this all day long. Oppo dropped here, nice feature pieces dropped there. We're seeing that coming in from not only super PACs, but from the parties are starting to roll out research teams on Hillary. And the Democrats are going to start doing that on the bunch of candidates they have on the Republican side. So it's going to be like this for the next several years.
But what's also interesting about this, Ramesh, is let's say that let's say that the piece against Doug Band in the New Republic by a very respected investigative reporter, Alec McGillis, let's say that it's not fair. Let's just posit that for a second, that it's not fair. It still reveals that somebody out there is settling scores. Somebody in Clinton land has an axe to grind with Doug Band, and that's kind of the problem that has existed in the past with Clinton world, is all these people around them who take shots at each other instead of uniting. And that kind of was the problem for her in 2008 to a degree.
You know, I'm reminded of a story which I think the New Republic ran back in 1993 about the coziness and infighting of the Clinton world, and it was called Clincest. And you just get this powerful impression reading all this Clinton stuff. And in particular, there wasn't really anything particularly scandalous that's been revealed here. It's sort of like the ghost of scandal future that's being told in some of these stories. And I think what the opponents of the Clintons in both the Democratic Party and the Republican Party want to say is, if you liked all the scandals we've had in the past, we'll get ready for more if you elevate her again.
I do want to turn to the other pressing issue of the day, of course, which is the pending government shutdown, which is pretty important. And there's a new Pew poll out there showing that with 7 days left, there's a poll on who will be blamed. Republicans will be blamed by 39% of the public. The Obama administration, 36% of the public. Both 17% of the public. This is certainly counterintuitive from the polls leading up to this. I have read before, Chris, including in an interview with the House Republican Party's own pollster, that Republicans would take the blame. It looks like it's shifting that maybe both sides will take the blame.
Well, let's not put the cart before the horse here. There still hasn't been a government shutdown, and there most likely probably won't be.
You don't think
next
so?
Monday. I don't think so. I think they'll resolve it before the big fight is going to be in the debt ceiling in a couple of weeks. But no, this does buck the conventional wisdom. I think there is a general distaste with Washington, and they're just, a pox on both your houses for both of these parties. But I think at the end of the day, Republicans want to push something that's been on the books for 3 years. They want to repeal it. Obamacare, and also has been deemed constitutional by the Supreme Court. I would imagine that most people would see the Republicans as responsible for that if it does come to it.
Tracy, Democrats, do you feel that you have the stronger hand here?
Well, also in that Pew poll are interesting numbers on the willingness to compromise. And it does appear that Democrats are willing to do that there's compromise that will be necessary to avert the shutdown. And the Tea Party, for example, on the other side of that equation, they're not willing to compromise. And it's that stark difference that is and should be the scariest thing to all of us, because Democrats willing to compromise Tea Party not.
Ramesh, we only have about 20 seconds. What's your prediction? Are we going to have a shutdown this week, you think?
I think over the last week the momentum's been shifting against a shutdown, but it's too soon to say. You could still have it. It's close. It's a close call right now.